To analyze how the GOP field is shaping up, Mark Thiessen. He was head speechwriter to President George W. Bush. He's now American Enterprise Institute fellow and a Fox News contributor. And Kirsten Powers, who's a Fox News political analyst and a columnist at USA Today. Mark, okay, so if some in the GOP field think they need a governor and not a senator, what about Senator Santorum's point that not many governors have foreign policy experience?
Well, first of all, I like Rick Santorum a lot, and I have a lot of respect for him. So this is nothing against Rick Santorum, but Ronald Reagan didn't serve on the Armed Services Committee. He was a governor before he became president of the United States. And the fact is, the job of the commander-in-chief is to be a decider. And so you want somebody who's been a decider who's had that experience. And on top of that, I think we need to realize something. The Obama era, this may come as a surprise to some of your viewers, the Obama era has been a golden age of conservative governance in America. Not in Washington, but in the states. We now have, since Barack Obama took office, there are more Republican governors and more Republican state legislators than any time since the 1920s. We went from 8 states where we had a Republican governor and a Republican legislator when Barack Obama ran in 2008 to 24 today.
Wow.
So what that means is you've got all these Republican governors out there. While Barack Obama is discrediting big government liberalism in Washington, Republican governors are implementing conservative reforms, getting them passed, making a difference in people's lives. And the smart thing to do for the party would be to take one of those outsiders, one of those proven conservative reformers, and make them our standard bearer.
Kirsten, what do you make of it? Because already the problem that the GOP had last time around, there were many. One of them was they beat up on each other for so long that Mitt Romney emerged hobbled and damaged. And, already the grenades are getting lobbed, as Governor Huckabee points out.
Well, yeah, I think that depends on how whoever emerges out of it sort of depends on how they dealt with it, because Barack Obama got pretty beaten up as well by having to duke it out with Hillary Clinton, but it actually ended up helping him. It actually made him a better general election candidate. I think the problem here is that you're going to have so many people, if all these people actually run, that you could end up, it will depend on who the standard bearer ends up being and who ends up winning, how they respond to that.
What do you think, Sarah? What do you think of Sarah Palin? Do you think she means what she's saying, that she might actually run?
I have no idea. I'm not. I mean, I don't predict anymore. Learned my lessons on that. But look, I mean, I think it would, it would be great for the field to have a woman in it.
Right.
Certainly, right now we're looking at all of these men.
Look at this.
So I do hope there will be at least one
woman.
Yeah. Just get one. That would be nice to have one Republican woman in that field.
Not one. Mark, let me ask you this. We've had like 70 of the GOP candidates on this show this week. We pulled a couple potential candidates. We pulled a couple of highlights. You tell me what your thoughts on who emerged the victor. Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were showing me the clips.
No, I'm not. I'm waiting for my control room to run the montage. Please. Hello.
The way you stop the school bully is you put your fist in his face and you put his butt on the ground.
In spite of this president, the people of America have gone out and worked through policies that he's put into place that have actually killed jobs, kept things from happening.
Anytime you have freedom-loving people anywhere around the world who are under attack by radical Islamic terrorists, it's a threat to all of us.
With big government under the Obama administration, the rich and powerful, those who walk the corridors of power in the Obama administration, have gotten fat and happy.
I heard about a lot of free stuff, but I didn't hear much about how he's going to pay for it. So you got to wonder about the guy's sincerity.
Mark?
I think almost any one of them would be better than Hillary Clinton as president of the United States.
All right, but stick with the GOP. Everybody knows you feel that way.
But here's what I mean. But I think again, my case is, if looking at those candidates, I think there's 3 governors in that mix. A governor for a very important reason is that we're going to run, assuming we run against Hillary Clinton, which is going to be the Democratic nominee. The way to beat Hillary Clinton is to paint her as a creature of Washington. She came to Washington in 1992 and she never left. She's been there for 25 years, First Lady, Senator, Secretary of State. You want to pick somebody, an outsider, a reformer, who's going to come in. Washington has never been less popular than it is today. You want to pick an outsider to take her on as a candidate of Washington. And I think of those people who are there, the governors are the best people to do it.
Kirsten, watching Special Report earlier tonight, Charles Krauthammer put his biggest bet on Marco Rubio. And Steve Hayes put a significant bet on Marco Rubio as well, saying he's young, he's fresh-faced, he's exciting. And if they put him up against Hillary Clinton, who is older and has been around Washington for longer, it would be a beneficial contrast to the GOP. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, that's certainly something I've heard from a lot of Republicans, and I've also heard from Democrats who work with Senator Rubio that he is extremely impressive, and I think that it could be underestimated because of his youth and because of the fact that, you know, people are going to.
What do you make of Governor Walker?
Again, he's somebody who I think is very popular among Republicans. You know, I don't know at this point that he's necessarily popping out of the field, but it's so early. You know, I think we would have to sort of see how, you know, I think in the people that you just showed that, you know, in my opinion, Rand Paul is the one that's probably the most interesting, you know, because I think as much as he is, to Mark's point about the outsider, as much as he is in Washington, he still sort of plays that outsider role. Yeah. And I think that that's something that's appealing to a lot of people.
Starting to happen. It's interesting to watch. It's great to see both of you. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Megan.